Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing this morning? How are you doing this amazing? What are we on? Friday morning, 11/11/22 synchronicity. Look at those numbers. 11 plus 11 is 22. Look at that. Look at that. It is a cloudy day outside. It's not Sleepy Hollow, but it is cloudy. I think we're going to get some rain today, not snow next week, but I think we're going to get some rain. So, good morning, Betty Rose. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Candace. Good morning, Lois. Good morning, Tiffany. And I see that the hurricane is named after me this year. So, Hurricane Nicole's in Florida. It's not funny, but it's my name. So, um, how's everybody doing this morning? How are you doing this amazing morning? Today I'm representing BCMC. I will be on later on tonight. I need to check my glasses. Okay, they're good. I will be on later on tonight. I think I'm on at 8 p.m. So if you guys want to check me out, I'll be on BCMC University. I'll put the link after this because I just put the flyer. I didn't put the link, but you guys, I will be on there tonight. So it's my success story. And I'll be telling everybody all about me, all about Bubble Babes, all about Bubble Babes University, and my affiliation with BCMC. So, represented. Happy Veterans Day, cousin. I am representing the squad. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Candace. Good morning, Lois. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, cousin. Good morning, Connie. Yes, 8 p.m. Thank you, cousin. 8 p.m. I will be on and pop it tonight. I'm probably going to do my makeup just a little bit, so I can look presentable. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of something. But that's what I'm doing. Good morning, Chris Marie. How are you doing this morning? So sad I will miss it, but I will catch the replay. We will be seeing. Oh, yes, you did say you was going to see Black Panther. Tell me all about it. I want to know. I left my cord for my light downstairs, so my lighting is a little bit off today. And also I don't have the sun coming in from the window on this side. So it is what it is. So how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? We are on habit 3 from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. That book is amazing. It's just something that's an essential that you need for life. And just planning out your day and being productive and just planning out your life in general. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have these habits, you can, in essence, create a wonderful life, right? So, the book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Grand Rising, Donna. Grand Rising. I don't know why I always do that high pitch part, but it always comes in. Me too, but I'll be seeing it early. I'll be watching tonight. Okay. Good morning, Jasmine. How are you doing this morning? Good morning, Danny. Good morning. Yes, welcome, Chris Marie. Welcome. I'm trying to get myself in on a computer, so let me just log myself in here so I can. Yeah, there we go. I'm on, and I can see your comments on the computer. All right, so we are on habit 3. So how's everybody doing? I got my notes ready. I wanted to put it up on the whiteboard so you could see the charts. I didn't get to do it, so I'll put it in the notes. But I have my notes for today. And how are you guys? Are you guys reading the book? Put 1s in the chat if you're reading the book, or 2 if you put a 1 in the chat if you're reading it or listening to it, and put a 2 if you are not yet. Tron and I are going to get our eat on. Okay, when? Oh, yes. Where you guys going to eat? Seafood? Y'all gonna get seafood, cousin? Hit that thumbs up. That's right, Betty Rose. Yes, everybody, hit that thumbs up. We should be at over 17 thumbs up right now. So I don't know what you guys see, but let me know if you see 17 thumbs up. If you have not hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up, please, and thank you. Okay, so we got some ones, we got some twos. Okay, you guys, you can listen to this book. This is something that you need. I don't want it to be something that you be like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. No, this is something that you need and you need to apply. And you need to apply it, especially if you want success in your life, especially if you want change in your life, especially if you want to do different things, right? So you definitely, definitely, definitely need to listen or read this book. Um, and there's some books that are like, oh, you don't have to. But this is one of the books that I think you should read. And also The War of Art is another book that I think you guys should read, because The War of Art, it helps you to realize what you're doing when you're procrastinating and things like that. So if you are a procrastinator, that book is for you. That book is for you. And I think the next book that we're going to touch on after we finish the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is Eat That Frog by Brian. Is it by Brian Tracy? I think it is. Eat That Frog is going to be the next book. So, and that is like Get the Job Done. And I feel that these are the books, I gave in the beginning when I did the book club, and I was, initially saying my favorite books, I kind of gave a broad selection of the books that I like, right? Because they were just, different books that I like in different points in time, right? But now, after being part of the group and seeing where everybody is and everybody's in different parts, in different areas of their life and business and things like that, I now see that books like these are books that are necessary to start the foundation, to build the foundation of what you want to become, to really hit your goals, to really, set a pattern for yourself and some habits that you can consistently, repeat. So these books are things that I definitely, definitely, definitely think that you guys should have. Everywhere veterans can eat. I know, but I'm saying you guys like seafood, because I know y'all was looking for that seafood place when we was in Jersey. So, okay, so yeah, so the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and the other book is called The War of Art. Those 2 books I definitely recommend. And again, those are 2 books that you can listen to on YouTube. You don't even have to purchase the book. You can listen to it on YouTube. They have the audio books there. So if you can, write it down, put it in your notes, and then, come back to it when you have time. Listen to it on the way to work. Listen to it while you're getting ready in the morning. Listen to it before you go to bed at night. That kind of a thing. Don't feel like you have to stop everything you're doing to listen to the book. You know what I'm saying? Or to read the book. But whenever you have some downtime, you should take a look at it. Take a look at it. All right. So with that being said, you guys, good morning, Stasia. Good morning, everybody. Hit that thumbs up, y'all. Hit the thumbs up. So, the first habit is to be proactive, right? And so in that chapter, in that habit, we realize that you could be proactive or you could be reactive, right? And so the goal is to be proactive, because that means that you are in control of your situation. You are in control of how you handle things. You are in control of circumstances, right? Well, not in control of circumstances, but how you respond to circumstances, right? Instead of being reactionary. Is that the word? Is that a word? Reactionary? Instead of being reactive, right? So being reactive would mean that you would just react, right? And then you don't claim any responsibility at all about your behavior. You are this way because somebody made you that way, right? And that takes away your power, and that takes away your control. So number one, first habit is to be proactive. Take control, take the initiative, right? Because you are driving your own car. Yes? Yes, yes, and yes. So that's habit 1. Yes, we do. But yes, we do. Seafood is never an option. Oh, Chili's, Applebee's, Copeland's, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, etc. So many places to choose from. I'll be going driving through all of the places so I can get my food. We going everywhere. We going to Chick-fil-A. We going to Starbucks. We going to everywhere and get our food. We going everywhere. Yes, that's the word, reactionary. Yes, 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 yes. Good morning, Bridget. Good morning. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Okay, so number 2, the second habit is begin with the end in mind. So think about what you want for yourself. Think about your personal goals, your family goals, your relationship goals, your business goals. Think of those goals and think of the end in mind. So what the end result is, and then work your way backwards, right? So from the beginning steps, you're going to keep in mind that you are doing that towards the end goal, right? The end goal is to be successful, or to have a great relationship, or to spend more time with my family, or to have more quality family time. That is my end goal. So now I got to go. This is the end in mind. That's first. And then I got to go back to I got to go back to the beginning. How can I make these things happen? Well, I could slot out time that I'm going to specifically use for family. No phones, no outside distractions, and it's just going to be for family. I could have date night. I could do this. I could do that, and you work with the end in mind, right? But you take those steps towards those things so that you can actually hit that final goal. So that's with anything. Um, period, like in any area of life. It can be business, it could be family, it could be spiritual, it could be whatever that is. You start with the end goal in mind, and then you work your way from the back up to the front, right? So you see what it is. So you create that vision. You know what they say in the Bible. If you don't have vision, the people perish, right? So you have to have a vision in your mind's eye of what you want to accomplish, where you want to be. Do you want this brand new house? Do you want this brand new car? What are those steps that you need to take in order for that to happen? Yes, you see the end result, but now what are the steps that you need to do to get to that end result? Okay, so that is the second habit, to begin with the end in mind. And also there we had an exercise to do a personal mission statement. I couldn't find a really good template, but I'll find something today and I'm gonna put it into the Honor Society. Although also not although also the notes are going to be the not going to be, because I already did. The first 2 days the notes are in the Honor Society. They're in the education section, and they will be at the top. That'll be at the latest post. So if you go into the Honor Society, and there should be no trouble accessing the Honor Society today. Good morning, Tina. There should be no trouble. And if you guys have any trouble, please DM me and let me know that you can't access anything. But everything is there for you guys at your fingertips, and the notes are there. So if you missed yesterday's or the day before, the notes are in there. And so that is, I'm going to add the personal mission statement to today's notes. That's what I do. Leave it after you're done. All right. Yes, even in the rain. You still got to eat when it's raining. Still got to eat when it's raining. Grand rising. Grand rising. Okay. So habit number 3 is putting first things first. And we were talking about this, last week, about prioritizing your to-do list and putting your major things up at the top, and the Pomodoro method, because that way you can actually get more of the work done. And the Pomodoro method was certain increments of time. So you work in like 25-minute increments, and then you'll take a 3 to 5 minute break, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. And there's an app that you can get. It's called the Pomodoro app, Pomodoro app. And you can, it'll actually do the 25 minutes, and then it'll do the break, and it'll keep on doing it. I think after the 4th Pomodoro, you take a longer break, which is like a half an hour break. And then you can start again, or if that's the end of the day, it's up to you. But these are things to help you prioritize your tasks and to get the tasks done. So this is going hand in hand to what we did last week. So habit 3 is put first things first. If you haven't joined Bubble Babes University and the Honor Society, yes, please do today. There's a plethora of information in there to help you succeed in your business. Thank me later. I'm telling you, thank me later. Thank me later. That's from cousin. That's from Latrice, and she letting y'all know. Hit it. Get in there and get the job done. If you are not starting your business yet, and you plan on starting it for next year, or maybe you even want to start your business by the holidays, there's so much information in there that you can use immediately. You don't have to spend hours and hours and hours on Google trying to find it. It is all right there for you. We all did the work for you, so you don't have to. So it is there for you. Sometimes you should do the work, but I'm just saying, when it comes to getting information, some things are time sensitive, and so you want to make sure that you have full access to it and you have information, right? So there you go. So habit 3 is actually including 1 and 2, right? So I wrote in my notes, it says habit 1. I already said habit 1, you are the creator. You take initiative of how you respond, right? You are in control of your life. Habit 1, right? You are the creator. You are in control. You can choose to be reactive or proactive. It's up to you, right? So That's habit one. Habit two is based on your vision. It's based on your vision, your mind's eye. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? What do you see in your future? Where do you want to go in your future? So that's what you see. So you got your vision and you got your creation, right? And you are in control. So you're taking one and two and you're putting them two together, and then you're creating three. And this is the physical creation. This is you manifesting the things that you see in your mind's eye. Yes. Yes. How many of you believe in the power of manifestation? And I'm not even talking about magically making things appear, because that's one thing. But manifesting, actually, let's say you were working hard on your job and you wanted a promotion. Let's say you were working hard on your weight loss goals and now you lost 10 pounds. Like, you've manifested those things because you actually did the work. Manifestation is nothing without execution, right? So you have to be able to execute to manifest, right? Because you can't, sometimes things may just happen just so, but most times they do not, right? And most times it requires some work. It requires some effort. It requires some thoughts, right? In order for you to manifest. So it doesn't have to mean, I feel like with the whole new age and all that, everybody feels like manifestation is like magic, right? And it's not. Faith without works is dead, right? So you have to be able to work towards those things. And so this is what habit three is. It's the physical creation of the goals, like the physical creation of you working towards those goals so that you can achieve them. You know that if you start saving money, good morning, Laura. You know that if you start saving money because one of your goals is to travel more, that you create a fund for yourself to travel, and you're putting money in it all the time. You're doing some work. You're taking steps towards creating this time so that you can have freedom to travel whenever you want to travel, right? You're creating that thing. That's work. And then the end goal is going to be that you will be able to travel all over the place, but it didn't just happen. To somebody else, it may look like it just happened, but you know that you were putting money to the side every paycheck, or whenever you got money, you was putting money to the side so that you can have that freedom to go and do and be wherever you want to be, right? You want to have a luxury experience in Bali or wherever. You put that money to the side. You really saved up and you did that so that you can do it. To somebody else seeing that, they may just see it as oh, she could ball out, you know what I'm saying? But they don't see what you did in behind the scenes in order to make those things happen. So remember, manifestation is not magic. It's about you doing the work as well, right? You have to do actionable steps in order to create those things. Yes. Does everybody agree with me? Ones in the chat if you do. Ones. Tina says exactly. Facts. Yes, yes, and yes. How many of you guys believe that? Put some ones in the chat. Put some ones in the chat. Every time I put my notes on my computer, I feel like I need to look over here. I don't know why I do that. It's just habit. I feel like I can read it better over there instead of right in front of me. All right, so we got some ones in the chat. We do. Yes. Everybody needs to put that on your mirror. I know you already know it, but excuse me, I know you already know it, but I think you guys need to do it because you need to physically see it every single day that faith without works is dead. You need to put it every single place in your house. You can't expect to have booming business if you're not doing the work. You can't expect to have amazing sales if you're not promoting yourself. You can't expect to have a luxurious home or whatever if you're not even saving, or if you're not even doing the things that you need to get the money, to get that house. You can't even expect for you to have a huge following on social media if you're not putting anything out. You cannot expect to lose weight if you keep on eating fried foods and sugars and sugary treats and things like that. You cannot expect to have an alkaline diet if you keep eating acidic foods. You know what I'm saying? You have to do the work. Faith without works is dead. Yes, it's nice to have that as an idea and, in your head, but if you're not working towards it, you're not going to achieve it. And You have to work towards it. Put it on a post-it, put it on your fridge, put it on your mirror, put it wherever you need it to be, but put it somewhere. Faith without works is dead, because that means when you see your goals, you know what kind of work you're doing. You know if you're working towards that goal. You can't expect to have an amazing Black Friday sale if you didn't put no work into that. You just gonna tell them before Black Friday, maybe a week beforehand, or maybe a couple of days before Black Friday, oh, I'm having a sale. And just because you think because you're having a sale that everybody is supposed to be like, oh yeah, let me go on and shop with you. They're not thinking like that. Right? They're not thinking like that. You want to make sure that you are working towards these goals that you say that you want. And so if by you looking at that, then you check yourself. Faith without works is dead. You know what? I said, this is what I want to achieve. I got to do the works, right? I got to do the works in order for that to happen. Yes? Yes and yes, yes. Yes, yes and yes. I need to make that a t-shirt. Faith without works is dead. Or yes, yes, and yes. No, I'm just joking. Which one, Tina? But you need to put that on your mirror. Oh, put it on the mirror, put it on the post-it. I don't know which one you're talking about, but I'm going to find out in a second. Yes, put it somewhere. You need to see it. You need to see it, because then that would check you to go check your goals and be like, you know what? I didn't do what I needed to do for the day. Let me work harder. Let me work on that. Oh, I didn't post as much as I needed to post today. Let me think about how I could create quality content, or how can I get it in front of people? Maybe I'll repost my story. Maybe I'll ask people to share it. Maybe I'll do, you check yourself when you see that. You'll see it somewhere and you will check yourself. Like, I need to be doing something different. I need to be doing better. Because when you know better, you do better. Right? So yeah. Faith without works. Okay. Yes, gotcha. There actually there actually are people that think that don't have to do the work. Oh, think that they don't have to do the work and they would get blessings. Yes, yes. I mean, blessings, you get your blessings because you get your blessings, but you have to do the work, right? You have to do the work. It has to happen. It has to happen. Some people, you may look at them and be like, how did they get blessed? They suck. They did this. They did that. They're bad people. They're this, but that's not for you to figure out, right? But who knows what they were doing to work on themselves? Who knows what we see on the outside and what they did on the inside? We don't know what they were doing on the inside. We don't know how they deserve that blessing. And maybe they still don't deserve the blessing, but they got it. But that doesn't mean that that'll take away from you getting blessed. Right? Just because somebody else gets blessed and you think that they don't deserve it, it's not up to you to decide that, right? You just need to do what you need to do so that you could get blessed. And so yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so let's get to the nitty-gritty. I wrote doesn't have to be crazy, could be small steps of improvement, ways to react, creating healthy habits for a better you, right? So it doesn't have to be anything like, oh yeah, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a billionaire, or I want to live in a mansion, or it doesn't have to be anything that lofty, right? It can just be, something that, oh, you know what? I want a better relationship. Oh, you know what? I want a bigger business. I want a warehouse. I want to make sure I'm at my son's games. I want to make sure, like, they can be things like that. It does not necessarily, and then again, this is what we see because we are looking, we're overindulging in other people's content and other people's lives, and which may or may not be true, right? And so we're overindulging in that. And so when we're looking at them, we're thinking that we're using that as our metrics, as that's where we should be. And at this time I should be here. And at this time I should be here. And you're comparing yourself to somebody else. And that's not where we need to be, right? So manifestation doesn't necessarily have to be the big things. Oh, I want a Lamborghini. So, it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could be something smaller and more realistic that you can achieve right now, right here, right here, right now, right? It could be something like that. It does not have to be so big and so lofty. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, because you should achieve and you should stretch your goals out, because you don't want to make it so easy to achieve that you don't stretch yourself, right? Because the goal, the goodness in the goal is stretching yourself to actually get it, because of the person that you become in order to achieve that goal, right? So it's all about the journey. That's important, but you don't want to make it so easy that you could do it with your eyes closed. You want to do it where it's going to stretch you when you're learning something, so that it contributes to your growth, right? And so it does, like, again, it does not have to be so huge and lofty, but stretch yourself a bit, so that you are becoming something different. You are becoming something better. So you know that, okay, I can't operate like the beginning anymore. I can't operate like a small business anymore. I need to start thinking on the mindset of a corporation. I need to start thinking about the mindset of bigger companies, or this type of thing. I need to start putting these type of systems in place. I need to start doing these type of things in order, so I could prepare myself in order to be ready for that thing, right? So yeah, things like that are going to stretch you. So I'm not saying don't achieve, don't try to strive for them. I'm just saying that when we think of manifestation, we think about crazy out there goals, right? And I'm saying, reel it in a little bit, so that you can stretch yourself to catch it. And then once you start feeling that change, and you start feeling that you could do it, then you can start moving it and moving it and moving it and moving it. That's just like your like manifesting, right? So you start on something smaller, so that you can get the momentum to start saying, oh, I could do this. I know where my energy is going. I know how I need to act. I know what I need to listen to. I know what I need to do. I need, you know what I'm saying? I know the people I need to be around. I know that. So that's got to change. And so once you start exercising that muscle, it's going to be much easier for you to achieve it. I'm not saying that it's not still going to be a stretch, but you know that you have the capacity to hit that and bigger every single time, because you did it every time that you strived for it, right? And so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying to build up those muscles for your manifesting. So when you do want to get that big goal, you can hit that big goal, and then you can strive for something bigger than that, and then you can strive for something bigger than that, because you know that you have the power to do it. Yes, 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 and yes. Put ones in the chat if you feel what I'm saying. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. And then I also put, your goals could be something as easy and simple as being healthy. Your goals could be easy and simple as being more spiritual, or being a better business person, or being a better parent, being a better spouse, it could be something small like that. Not small, because those are big things, but it doesn't necessarily have to be those physical items. You know what I'm saying? It could be something that is something for your spirit and your soul. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. So that is what we're talking about for habit 3, right? And so we've also been talking about time management, right? We were talking about time management with the Pomodoro technique, and prioritizing. And time management has, as I see, is a problem for everybody. It's a problem for me. It's a problem for all of us so far. Speaking to you guys and seeing where everybody's at in business, time management seems to be an issue, right? And so this is about time management. And it's also about your life management, right? So that's what habit 3 is about. Putting first things first is putting your core beliefs and values first. So what is it that is the most important to you right here, right now? Besides being healthy, what is the most important thing to you right here, right now? Put it in the chat. The most important thing, if that's losing weight, if that's having a successful sale, if that's being an amazing parent, what is the most successful, sorry, what is the top thing that is on your priorities list? Top thing. Put in the chat right now. What is most important to you in your life that you want to accomplish, or that you want to be? What is that? Put it in the chat. Tina said you gotta think big. Think big. Yes. And then when you think big, think bigger. Yes, yes, yes. What's most important to you? Let's put it in the chat. Getting healthy. Okay. Getting healthy is the most important thing to Betty Rose right now. Come on, y'all. Keep going. Keep going. And if getting healthy is the most important thing to you, right? And that's the most important thing on your priorities list. What are you doing daily for you to be healthy? Because you should be doing something every day. If that is changing your diet, if that is working out for 20 minutes, if that is going for a walk, whatever, it should be included in your priorities. It should be included in your to-do list. Even though we have to work, we have to parent, we have to do all of those things. Yes, all of those things are important and kind of they're kind of like on autopilot. But if you know that getting healthy is on number one on your priorities list, what are you doing daily in order for that to happen? Family Health Studio. Okay. And all of those are equally important, Candace. Finding balance in my life between motherhood, business, and being a wife. So somehow you're going to have to figure out what you can do daily that will create balance. And just the FYI, there's never balance, but never balance. But you can try to make it either incorporate people into, or you know what I'm saying, just make sure that there's family time and work time and they don't cross into each other, like something like that. But you have to make sure that you are prioritizing your list, and then for the people who are telling me what's most important, I want you to tell me, what are you doing every single day, that helps on your priorities list? My kids and my family is most important. Okay, changing my diet. Okay, so are we doing that? Because if these are the most important things to you, you should be doing them daily. Are we doing those things? It should be incorporated somewhere on your tasks. Get in a warehouse and more sales. Okay, so what would that look like for you, Tina? What would that look like for you? What could you do every single day that is going to contribute to you getting your warehouse and more sales? Good morning, Felicia. Good morning. You missed me while I was in Jersey. Oh, you was in surgery. Yeah, surgery. Sorry. Yes. Surgery was a success. Thanks for your prayers. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you are feeling better. And I missed you in Jersey, but we'll catch up. We will catch up. And I'm glad everything went well. Yes. So what are you doing? What can you do every day? Good morning, Nicole. Look, representing for the night. Hey. Oh yeah. No, we moved from IG to Facebook and YouTube because IG was not being my friend. And then plus I can be on both platforms. So we moved it over here. I have begun developing a daily routine. It is still in progress. It's okay. But I have found a routine when I first wake up to start my day. I am working on my afternoon schedule now. Awesome. Yes. If you feel that if certain things are priority and you're not putting them on your list of things to do, then you are not prioritizing yourself. Because if you feel that you want to be healthier and you need to change your diet and you're not doing anything daily to contribute to that, then guess what? You're doing yourself a disservice, because you're saying this is a priority, but you're putting it last on. It's not even on the list of things to take care of. Right. So you have to make sure that the things that are priority to you, that they're somewhere on that list, and it should be on the top, but it should be on that list. Business, financial stability, and losing weight. What are we doing daily, y'all? What are we doing daily to contribute to these priorities? These important tasks that we want to accomplish. What are we doing daily to do those things? I have a son with health issues and learning delays, so I make time to work with him every day, but I always feel like I could be doing better. So how could you do better, Trina? How could you do better? And I'm gonna help. The reason why I ask these questions and the way I do it the way I do, because I want you to see that they could be simplified. Because the way we see them in our mind is we make them much more complicated. Like, I can't start this diet until I go to the store and get all these foods. I can't spend this much time with my son until I do. Everything is until I do, right? My camera just dropped. So everything is until I do. So I want to just make it simplified so you know you can simplify it and you can still accomplish these things. No, it's not the major change, but simple, small little steps to help you get to where you want to be. Right? And that way it doesn't feel so overwhelming. Right? I need to get a better work-life schedule. Okay. So let's start building out a better work-life schedule. Go live more and make better advertisements. Okay, so that's easy. Go live more, schedule a day and go. Schedule a day and go. You don't necessarily need something to do. If you want, if you go live and you don't know what you're going to say or what you're going to do, just go live while you're making something. Go live while you're packing orders. Go live and ask people to ask you questions. Nobody asks you questions, then tell about yourself, right? So let's say there's nobody in on your live and you knew that you wanted to do a question and answer, a Q&A. And so you could just be like, hey guys, and act as if you are going live in front of a million people, or act as if you're going live in front of people, period, because people will watch the replay. And then you just go ahead and say what it is that you want to say, and just be like, hey guys, my name is Tina of Goddess and God's Cosmetics. I am from blah, blah, blah. I started this company in da, 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 because da, 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 and we specialize in da, 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 da. And so I just really wanted to just come on and just explain who I am, because I know I haven't been on a lot, and I wanted to get, more comfortable getting in front of the camera so you guys could, I want to share who I am and you can share who you are with me, and da, 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 da. And is there anything that you would like for me to do with the company, or a direction that you would like for us to go? Maybe there's a product that you love that we don't have. Maybe there's a scent that you would like for us to incorporate. How can we help you achieve whatever, right? And so just talk as if they're there with you, right? Don't depend on, like, I'm waiting for people to come on. I'm waiting for people to, because when they watch the replay, that's what people hear, right? So just talk as if, just go as soon as that live goes, just go on and start talking. If people start walking into the room, you could say, welcome into the room, all of that. But you don't necessarily have to sit there and wait until somebody asks you a question, or wait. Usually when I ask you guys questions, you notice that I'll go into my next point and then come back to the question. Sometimes I forget I even asked you a question, but just so that I don't have the dead air. Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys, and that I'm waiting for you guys. But if somebody's watching a replay, all they're going to see is the dead air. All they're going to hear is the dead air, right? And so I always try to fill that dead air with something, right? And so you do the same thing when you go live, right? I've been extremely scattered lately. Yep, me too. So all you got to do is get organized, Trina. All you got to do is get organized. It seems a little bit, it seems easier said than done, because I'm cluttered, I'm creative, I'm messy, I'm all of those things, and everything, all my ideas would be all over the place. But I know that I have to, in order for me to actually have a clear thought, I need to bring it all together. So just sit yourself down and say, from this time to this time, I'm going to organize my thoughts. From this time to this time, I'm going to be doing this. You know what I mean? And that way you can allow yourself to do the things that are necessary for it to happen. Because we be waiting for these big epiphanies to come. Oh, I'm going to wait until I feel like cleaning up. You ain't never going to feel like cleaning up. I'm going to wait until I feel like exercising. You're never going to want to exercise. I'm going to wait until I can get healthy foods in my refrigerator. You're never going to do it as long as they're sitting there. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just take the initiative, take the initiative and take control over what you want to prioritize in your life, right? So that is what we have. So you guys, are we good with that? One's in the chat. One's in the chat if you are good with that. Let me know. All right. And so the next point is prioritizing the things that are urgent and the things that are important. Is there a difference Is there a difference? Yes, there's a difference. There's a difference between urgency and importance, right? And you would think urgency is the things that got to get taken care of first, right? But it's not, right? Because that's reactionary. If you are taking care of the important things, this is your proactiveness. This is the things that has to get done in order for the next step to happen. So these things are important to you. Urgency is like reactionary. You have to do them. Da 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 da. You know, you get a phone call. Oh my God, I got to go to the school. Oh my God, I got to do. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of thing. Right. And I'm not saying, you know, you have a sick kid at school, you don't react and go. You have to, but you're prioritizing in your day, you're prioritizing what's urgent and what's important. I'm working on my business. I'm analyzing my spending and how I can make more money. I fast for 16 hours. Okay. I do my best to eat cleaner and I walk 4 miles a day. That's awesome, Lois. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. I need to get some walking in, but it's starting to get cold. I'm going to figure something out. I'll figure something out. So urgency requires immediate attention, right? Reactionary. Important means you have to do them with results. So it contributes to your mission. So you having a mission and you know that it's important for you to get your LLC, your bank account, and all of that other stuff. It's not urgent. You don't have to rush and do it, but you know that these things have to get done in order for you to start building your business, right? Or building your business credit. This is also part of your values. So you know that you want to start losing weight. You want to start working out. So now I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. That is important for me because in the long run, I want to be healthier. I want to a slimmer body. I want to be, I want to be able to have long walks without being out of breath and things like that. So that is what the difference is, right? And so we usually have, good morning, Kay. Good morning. Oh, you in Texas? Yeah, you are in Kitty, right? Kitty, Texas. We have four quadrants, and these quadrants is something that I wanted to put on the board, but I didn't. And so I'm going to put it in the chat. I mean, not the chat. I'm going to put it in the Honor Society so that you guys are able to print out the quadrant and you can see. But there are four quadrants, right? We have the top two are the important ones. The second two, the lower two, are the non-important ones. The first Q1 is the quadrant one is necessity. Katie, I say Kitty, right? The first one is necessity, right? And these are important things such as crises, emergency meetings, you have deadlines, you have pressing problems or unforeseen events, right? These are things that have to get taken care of, right? Because you cannot overlook these things. They have to. So you have to see what in your life falls into those in quadrant one. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining, Celestial Deity. Oh, girl, I like it. Do you sell crystals and stuff? I like it. I like it. So these are the things that necessarily have to get done or have to be addressed, right? Because you can't move on unless these things are done. You have a crisis, you have to respond, right? You have an emergency meeting, you have to be there, right? You have deadlines, you have to make them. You have pressing problems, pressing issues, they have to be taken care of. They have to be addressed. You have unforeseen events. You can't control everything. Some things happen and it's not in our control and you can't control it. So you have to address those things. So these are the things that are in quadrant one, creating a spiritual business. That is very beautiful. I love it. I love it. And welcome, welcome, welcome. What is your name? I love it. I love the name. So quadrant two is effectiveness, right? Quadrant one is necessity. Quadrant two is effectiveness, right? And so that is your proactive work. What are you going to do that is going to you're in control of it, right? So you can make sure that these things are done. These are the tasks that need to get done. Your important goals is part of your effectiveness, right? Your creative thinking. Do you set aside some time so that you can have some creative thinking? Do you write maybe when you wake up so you can get those ideas out of your head? Do you have a brain dump? Do you do certain things that triggers your creativity? Do you do things that are outside of your regular work just so that you can have your creative process and your creative juices going? Maybe you write, maybe you draw, maybe you paint, maybe you do hair, maybe you do something that is going to help you with your creativity. Roycika, is that right? Roycika Hannah. So what do you do for your creativity, right? Planning and prevention. If you plan, you'll be able to, what is it? Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. So planning, okay, good. Planning will help you to prevent failure, or you know what I'm saying? Like you can properly plan your lunch, you can properly plan for your weight loss, you can properly plan, like you can do these things and work towards your plan so that you can prevent failure, right? Um, planning and prevention, relationship building. Where who do you want to build relationships with, right? You may be wanting, for effectiveness, you may want to be building business relationships. You may be wanting to cultivate work relationships at the job because you want a better position. You may be cultivating your family life, right? You may be their family relationships. You may be cultivating your spousal relationship. You may be cultivating all of those kind of things, but these things are important. You have to build these relationships, right? So you could be building a friendship with somebody, those things create effective things in your quadrant. Learning and renewal. You always, 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 and I say this all the time, you always have to be learning. Always learn something, right? Because if you're not learning, you're not growing. And so you have to figure out what you need to do to learn something every single day. If you don't know something and you want to do something, everything is learnable. You can find it on Google. You can find it for free. I'm sharing books that you can listen to off of YouTube, right? So you don't even have to. Let's say everybody may not be in a position where they could buy these books, and it may seem like a small thing, but to somebody it may be huge, because they got a whole bunch of things going on, right? But if you don't have to purchase the book. Maybe you purchasing the book may be stopping you from learning and growing. So I'm showing you where you can get the book. I'm showing you where you could get the book for free. I'm showing you how to do the actionable steps. I'm showing you all the things that you could be doing in order for you to be learning and growing, if that doesn't require a financial responsibility, right? So that is another thing. You have to be learning and growing. And recreation, you have to do something that is going to take you outside of what you're doing, because you don't want to get stuck and feeling overwhelmed. Because when you start feeling overwhelmed, you start to get stagnant, and then you don't move, and then you don't grow, and then you're stuck. Right. So do something that is outside of that, that is going to help you with your, to have fun. You know what I'm saying? To just get your mind off of all those things and just have fun. If that's whatever that is for you, whatever that means to you, right? Whatever your recreation means to you. That don't mean getting drunk, and I don't mean getting high. It means whatever that is to you. You don't want anything mind altering like that. You want something where you are learning and growing and doing and enjoying and laughing, because laughter is important, and enjoying yourself, good energy, good vibrations. If that's sitting outside on your porch and enjoying the sun and just getting the vitamin D, whatever that is for you, figure it out and get it done. That's very important. That is quadrant 2, right? It's effectiveness. In order for you to be a productive person in life, all of these things have to be, you have to have them incorporated in your life at some particular point, right? So that is important. We're going to go right into the lower 2 quadrants, which are the non-effective, the non-important quadrants. But we spend most of our time on these non-important things. And I can tell you, because I do too. So I know that we are not being as effective as we could be, because we're spending too much time on quadrants 3 and 4. Okay. Does everybody get quadrants 1 and 2? Everybody, does anybody have any questions about quadrants 1 and 2? Quadrant 1 is necessity. Quadrant 2 is effectiveness. Does anybody have any questions? Quadrant three is distractions. And we know all too well about distractions, right? We all know all too well about distractions. We are all distracted by different things. I get distracted. I was telling you guys, I'm trying to be watching TV, and I'm watching the shows that she's watching. I don't even know what's going on in the show. But when I know that I have a job that I have to do, I'm walking over to the TV so I can go and see what's going on. I don't know any of the characters. I don't even know the situation. I don't know who's who. I don't even know the name of the show, but I'll get up so that I can walk over there, because I'm distracting myself, right? And this is me just mindlessly going over and just try to distract myself because I don't want to do the task at hand. How many of us have that struggle? Put a 1 in the chat or let me know if it's just me. It could be just me, but I think we all have that struggle. Put a 1 in the chat if it's you, that you know you have a task to do, but you'll get easily distracted and sidetracked because you want to do something else and you don't want to do that thing. How many of you guys have that issue? Put a 1 in the chat. Ones in the chat. Ones if that is you. So Q3, distractions. Hey, Miss Matrice. Distractions. Okay, one, lately I've been so bad. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. All of a sudden I have to clean something. Right. All of a sudden these dishes, and I got to get these dishes. All of a sudden I got to sweep and mop the floor. All of a sudden I got to clean behind the stove. All of a sudden I got to, you know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden, right? Not saying that these things don't need to get done, but they could be done in a different time because you got things that you got to do in a timely manner and you not getting those things done because this is the perfect time for me to clean the stove. This is the perfect time. It is not. You got a job to do. Finish this job, right? Finish the job. But these distractions, again, this is in the War of Art. If you guys have not, and again, it's on YouTube. It's in that book. It's in the book. We all of a sudden just start feeling the need to do. We are pulled. We are led to go do these things, right? Knowing we have a deadline, knowing, and the deadline is part of Q1, knowing we have a deadline, knowing we got things to do, knowing we have to get the job, we have to present or we have to do whatever, but we're going to stop to go clean the tub. That has nothing to do. Nobody cares. If you have a presentation and you stop working on your presentation to go clean your tub, do they know that you had to do that? No, they don't. Do they care? No, because it doesn't involve them. So that is something that is taking you away from the work that needs to be done. All of a sudden, I was putting together wooden plant holders with no tools, like a buffoon. But like, yes, I need these plant holders now. You know what I mean? It's just the way our mind operates. It's just the way we do. Right? So Q3 is distractions, right? Needless interruptions, unnecessary reports, irrelevant meetings. That's you. And you could say irrelevant meetings, talking to people on the phone that you could talk to later, listening to people that, at work and you just spending way too much time talking to them and you know that you have a deadline or you know that you have things to do and you sitting there spending like 30 minutes and you know that you got a presentation in 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of things. Other people's getting involved with other people's issues, listening to other people's mess, listening to other people and letting that drain you. You know what I'm saying? Unimportant emails. How many times you scrolling on your emails? How many times that you checking emails you don't necessarily need to check? It ain't check your email time, but you checking them because you may find something important, maybe something to spark interest, and you scrolling for days and you never find it because it's not there. You know what I mean? Unimportant emails, tasks, calls, scrolling, unnecessary scrolling. All of these things are distractions. All of these things will pull you into the rabbit hole of distractions, of nothingness, of non-effectiveness. All of these things are not going to help you. So you want to make sure that you are eliminating quadrant 3. Those are your distractions. Quadrant 3, you want to make sure you eliminate distractions. If you know that you get sidetracked because of your phone and scrolling, then try to do your work or try to complete a Pomodoro without your phone and put it away from you so that you don't start scrolling mindlessly. If you know that taking a phone call from somebody and that's going to keep you on the phone for hours and that's not going to help you and you can't do your work because you're on the phone for hours, don't take that phone call. You can send them a text message and say, I'll get with you later or whatever, but don't do that because you know that that's going to help distract you and take you off course. And you're not trying to stay off course. We're trying to be highly effective people here. So you want to make sure that you eliminate distractions, right? So what do you need to do in order to eliminate the distractions? That book hurt my feelings so bad it had me up every night working on this business. That's right. He said, are you an amateur or a professional? Okay. Okay. Telling y'all, let's get into these books, y'all. Get into these books. 5 hours later. All of a sudden, everyone has issues, and I had to put my social worker hat on. Right. And then being fixers, I'm a fixer too. I always feel like I need to fix somebody's problem. And so being fixers, that's also another distraction, right? Because that's not my job. My job is not to fix your problems, right? And anybody, that's your relationship, that's your business, it is not my job to fix your problem. It is your job to fix your problem, right? And so I can't be your social worker because I ain't got time. I got things I gotta do. I ain't got time, right? So yes. um Latrice said I was just distracted. This live is on time. Good morning, Audra. Welcome. Thank you so much. And I'm not sure if you caught it late, but the replay will be available just in case. We are talking about 2 books. We are talking about the 7 habits. We're talking about right now is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. And that book is available on YouTube if you want to listen to it for free. Listen to it working, driving to work, getting yourself together, going to bed at night. You could listen to it. And also The War of Arts is the other book that we're listening to as well. But okay, so Q3 is, who is this? Okay. Q3 is distractions. Q4. So how many of y'all have been living in Q3? Put ones in the chat if you've been living in Q3. Needless interruptions, unnecessary reports, irrelevant meetings, other people's minor issues, unimportant emails, tasks, phone calls, scrolling. How many of you guys been living in quadrant 3? I've been here, just ordered both books. Got you. You're gonna love them, Audra. You're gonna love them. You know what? I had a friend that was toxic. It was my biggest distraction, and she took hours of my time. She wanted answers, but never did the work. Exactly, and that hurts my soul. She had to go. Now I'm doing better. That's right. You have to release them. It is not your job to hold on to their baggage. It is not your job to hold on to their toxicity. It is not your job. Not your job. If you want to talk to those people because these people mean a lot to you, you could be like, I got 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes and I gotta go. So do what you can with these 10 minutes, but I gotta go. I got things to do. I can't sit here with you all day. I'm sorry. This is my day. This is my life. You are in control. Proactive. Take the initiative to take control of your life because you are driving your car. Going back to habit 1, you drive your car. If you allow them to put their hands on your steering wheel and turn your steering wheel and take you off track and steer you off the road, that is your fault because your foot is on the gas and the brake and you are driving the car. You are in the driver's seat. So they don't have control over what you do and say or your day. You do. And if you allow that to happen, then that's on you. Right. And then that's you not taking responsibility of the control that you have in your own life because like I said, God created us in his image, and if God is as powerful as he is, then we are just as powerful. Well, not just as powerful, but we are powerful as well, right? And so if we are, then that means we can control our day, which means we can control our outlook, which means we can control if we want to be distracted by that or not. So it is totally up to you. Totally up to you. You got 10 minutes of my time. That's it. 10 minutes. Maybe I should. Oh, maybe I have done what you said. After the fact. Yes. I work and give advice. I'm doing it now. Are you working and giving advice for free? Because if it don't have anything to do with you and your wellness and your building of relationships, these are all part of your quadrants 1 and 2. If those things are not any of those things and it's just a distraction, gotta go. Gotta go. I used to love the fact that I could multitask, but lately I'm seeing how unhelpful that is. Yes, because you're splitting yourself up too thin when you could actually spend the time to effectively get one task done and then move on to the next. I usually multitask too, and that's just because I've gotten into the habit of doing that, but now I'm in the habit of trying to break it. So I know exactly what you mean. Honestly, fear is my problem. Fear, false evidence appearing real, right? And most of the times, what we fear, and this is what everybody says, the problem is what we fear never even comes, it never even happens, right? It never even happens. We are making up these feelings and we creating these scenarios in our imagination. We're creating these scenarios and then creating these emotions to go with it, and then that prevents us from doing the thing, or that creates an obstacle for us. Let it go. Let it go. If it happens, it happens, and you deal with it, right? That's the only thing that I could say. If you are operating in fear and you letting that control your outcome, then again, that is you not taking control of your life. These things may never happen, right? But even if they do, you fix them. There's been plenty of bad things that happen in your life, and guess what? You found a way to fix them, right? It wasn't like, oh, I'm so fearful, I can't make this, I can't fix it. No, you found a way to fix it, right? So get fear out of your vocabulary and get that out of your mind, and get that out, because it's an excuse. It's an excuse for you not to create something. It's an excuse for you not to even try. It's an excuse. Let that go. Let it go, because you don't need to create your own excuses as to why you can't do something, right? Because again, life has happened to you. You've lived life up until this point, and I'm pretty sure everything wasn't peaches and cream. Everything wasn't sunshine and rainbows. Everything wasn't glitter and sparkles and magic. Everything wasn't like that in your life, right? And some things you were able to fix, and some things you were unable to fix. Some things just happened, and some things they blindsided you, right? And you figured out a way to make things. You figured out how to overcome these things. You figured out how to move past these things. You figured out how to fix it, right? So you didn't say, oh, I'm so scared I can't fix it. You found a way. So stop using fear as an excuse and find a way to make these things happen. Get out of your way. Get out of your way and find a way to make things happen. Period. Period. If you've made it this far in your life, you didn't make it this far being scared. You didn't make it this far saying you didn't know how to make things happen. How many times you were not able to do something and you figured it out and said, you know what? It's got to happen, or it's got to happen. I don't have any choices. I don't have any options. I got to make it happen. I can't do this, but I'm not going to be staying here. You know what I'm saying? I can't make it happen in the way that I would like it to happen, but I know that I can't stay here. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to make that thing happen. I'm going to have to figure out a way to figure this thing out, period. Right? Because it has to happen, or it has to happen, period. And that fear later on in life, when you see that had nothing, that was not even something that was an instrumental to you achieving something, you're going to be looking at it like, I let this stop me all this time when I could have just tried it. If it don't work, it don't work, and then I could try another way. But at least I know. You keep on putting it away, putting it in front of you and saying, oh, I can't do it. Put it in front of you, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Years later, you're gonna look at it and you're gonna say, why didn't I do it? It's, you letting things stop you that you don't even know. That may not even stop you. That may not even be a thing. Right? So you got to get that. You got to eliminate that. I'm not saying jump out of an airplane and go bungee jump and go do all of those things, but I'm just saying basically business, spiritually, personally, relationship wise, don't let fear stop you from becoming the person who you are destined to be, because that may or may not even happen. May or may not even happen. You got this. You got this. Again, you didn't get this far by being skittish and scared and fearful, right? And even if you were, you still had no choice and you did it anyway. You did it while you were scared. You did it while you were fearful. And you still are here. You still are amazing. You still are a giver. You are still going to achieve great things, period. Right? So stop letting fear get in the way. Stop using that as an excuse and let that go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, okay. I love you, girl. I love you. I finished a skin toner collection. I was proud of myself. Okay. Okay. Because this is where you're going to be so much more proud of yourself after you did it while you were fearful. It's going to mean so much more to you because you did it when you were afraid. Imagine, you know what I'm saying? Things that you know how to do, you could do that with your eyes closed. I was about to curse. You could do that with your eyes closed, right? But things that I was scared when I did this. I didn't know if this could happen. And then you actually achieve it. It means so much more to you. It gives you a little something. That's like, I don't want to say it's a badge of honor, but it's kind of like it gives you, it makes you something else, right? Because no matter what I thought was limiting me, I was still able to achieve it. You know what I'm saying? And so let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. So true. I've been doing this for years. I finally challenged myself yesterday to start learning how to make labels. Okay. I watched your 2 label videos all yesterday while learning to make a label. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm so glad you were challenging yourself because this is where the work comes in, right? You have to challenge yourself. You have to. Okay, you have earned the right to win. That's it. Period. That's right, Tanya. You earned it. Matter of fact, it's your birthright. It's your birthright. You came into this world ready to win. You came into this world. You're born to win. Period. Period. Nothing on the outside can make you lose. If you allow those things to interfere with what's going on, you allow that to happen. But you came into this world ready to win. Yes, almost 5 years went by for me, and I've been had packaging. Okay, okay, because we're looking at other people thinking that these other people know better than we do. These other people, you know what I'm saying? You looking at somebody else and being like, oh, maybe it should look like that. Maybe it should be like that. No, start and figure it out, and then whatever changes need to happen, then make those changes accordingly. I had to channel my grandmother as she said, you have to buckle down. That's right. Buckle down and get it done. Get it done. Yes to all of this. Thank you, cousin. And people's opinions of you are none of your business. Mind the business that pays you. Facts. That's what Tanya says. Thank you. Thank you, Tanya Boo. Yes, yes, yes. Has more value. Okay. Okay. So stop letting these things, stop letting it interfere with what you got going on. You here, you doing it, get it done, right? It's going to make you a better person, period. It's going to show you how strong you can be. It's going to show you the things that you are capable of. It's going to show you things that you never even knew you had inside of you. I fixed it. Let me tell you something. This is not a magical thing, but this is just something that I realized that I could do. And then when I actually did this thing, I felt invincible, right? And it's simple, it's small, but something happened and my stove went out, right? And the top part was coming on, but the oven didn't come on, right? And so I didn't know what was going on. Like, oh my gosh, do I need a new oven? Do I need a new, and I'm like thinking of all the ways I'm looking for stoves and everything. Like, do I need a new one because this is broken or whatever? So I finally decided, I was like, you know what? Let me look on, I think I looked on YouTube or something. But I was looking up to see if anybody else had that problem. So I seen that people had the problem and that there were things that they could do. So you had to change the motherboard, right? Not thinking that you had to change the motherboard because I'm thinking the top is working, so it's got to be something that's happening in the oven that's not working. So maybe I need to change one of those heat things, whatever you call those. I'm thinking maybe you got to change one of those, or you got to do something like that. Not thinking it's the motherboard, or the thing that turns, this is right behind the clock. I don't know what it's called. And so people were saying you got to do that, whatever. So I ordered the part. I've never, ever in my life used a drill. Never in my life have I ever done anything like that. I am not an electrician. That's not my talent, right? My talent is with my hands and creating and making, but my thing is not electronics and fixing and all of that, right? Not my blessing. So I was like, okay, let's see what I need to do. I ordered the part everybody was saying that you needed, and I got the drill out the garage, and I was like, okay. So when the part came, I went to the back of the stove. I did everything that it said. I was watching the video, play by play, changed it, and I fixed my stove. That was years ago. I fixed my stove. right? I fixed everything. The oven, the top, everything was working. Everything was perfectly fine. And I didn't have a problem with that ever again, right? But when I did that, I didn't know what I was going to do with that drill. I've never even turned on a drill. Like, I've never used the drill before in my life. And once I did that, was I scared when I did it? Of course. Was I, I'm thinking, first of all, I don't like fire. So I'm like, I don't want to electrocute myself. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was scared, right? And I was like, you know what? I got to do it, because if I don't do it, then nobody's going to do it. So I had to do it. And I fixed my stove. And when I fixed my stove, I felt like invincible, right? I felt like I could do anything. That was a power that I had. There was things that I overcame. I don't know why I'm scared of fire. I've never been in a fire in my life. I never got burnt drastically or anything like that. I don't know why I'm scared of fire, but I don't like fire. And so that was one of the things that stopped me. I never used power tools like that. Another thing now that could have stopped me, but I could have been like, I'm gonna wait for somebody to do it. I'm gonna pay somebody to do it. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it myself. It made me feel like I've accomplished something, and I overcame two fears that I had in order for me to fix something that it needed to happen, right? Either I was gonna fix it, or I was gonna have to buy a new stove. And I fixed it, and I did it, and I felt so proud of myself. So what I'm saying is, do not allow that to stop you, because it allows you to feel a certain way. It allows you to feel more accomplished. It allow that thing to mean more to you, because you actually stepped outside of your comfort zone to do it. And normally I say step out of your comfort zone, and that's just to post more and to do things like that. But I'm just saying, things like this, it makes you feel it gives you a different sense of accomplishment. And so do it anyway. Do it anyway. So that is my story that I wanted to share with you guys. About being fearful and things like that. So I know, right? I have to stop looking at other people's stuff sometimes. Yes, you do. Facts. Mind your business. Mind your business. So we all know you're not going to hell. Definitely. I'm like, not with the fire. Not with the fire. No way. Not happening. Okay, so our last quadrant is a waste. All the things that we do, that's a waste, that's a time suck, that it contributes to absolutely nothing, right? So we have trivial work, we have avoidance activities, and avoidance activities was Tanya putting together her plant stand, washing dishes, or scrubbing tubs, or you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying these things don't need to be done, but these are things that we did, washing dishes, to avoid doing the task that needs to be done, right? So avoidance activities, excessive, 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 excessive. I'm not saying you don't need to relax, you do. But relaxing for way too long, too much. It's excessive, right? Relaxation, watching too much TV, doing too much gaming, being on the internet all day. And it has nothing to do, it's not contributing to your business, it's not doing anything for you, it's not paying you. And you're sitting there and you're doing it all day long. Excessive activities are a waste, right? Time wasters, time wasters, you already know what those are. If you are spending time with people, things, places where you don't necessarily need to be, if you know that you are in the club Monday to Friday, you know what I'm saying, you can't actually be productive because you in the club. And if you're in the club, you drinking, you high, you whatever, and you coming home and you just sleeping and nothing is getting done. Waste, right? Time wasters, time suck. And also gossip. We already know. I am on a gossip detox, because it does take a lot of my time. And not only gossip detox, right? Because I am like the gossip conspiracy theorist of life, right? And so I had to detox myself from those things, because I realized how dependent I started to get on that. I listened to this girl. I used to. I really haven't paid attention to her anymore. And not because she fell off, but because I chose to not indulge in that, right? And so I used to listen to this girl, and every day she would have, not every day, yeah, but a couple of times a day she would post a video, and it's some new gossip about something. And you know anything about Kanye, I'm already going down that rabbit hole. But I was like, I gotta stop. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna detox from the gossip. So I have not been. I don't know what's going on with people. You know, I don't. Right. So I said I'm gonna stop listening to her. Stop listening to her. And again, she goes on a couple of times a day, and I realized I'm sitting here listening to gossip, and her gossip is changing as the information changes. So nothing is really solidified, right? So she's just going by, oh, he did this right now. Oh, change. This has happened, and then this and this has happened, and this and this has happened. And those are just triggers for you to keep coming back, right? Because you want to know what's going on. And so I realized that I was falling into that trap of going back and forth, checking to see if she put a new video up because I gotta hear what's going on, checking to see if this person put a new video up because I gotta see what's going on. So I had to detox myself from that. And I didn't realize how much it was affecting my entire day, because I would wrap my whole entire day in checking in to see what the gossip is. And that's just me taking a break, but it's not me taking a break. That's me contributing to wasteful activities that are not productive for me or my business. So I cut that out of my day, period. I'm not saying I don't want to, I'm not looking here and there. I'm not saying I don't be peeking at the titles, because I usually do, but I'm not going to watch a 15-minute video, a 5-minute video. I'm not going to keep going, you know, checking in on this person, see if this celebrity did this celebrity did it. I'm not going to do that. So I detox from that. So you have to figure out what it is that your time sucks are and start eliminating those things. Right. And so that's your quadrant 4. That's your wasteful activities. And you want to eliminate those things. Let's see. My grandmother used to say, those people on TV getting paid, what are you getting? Right. All you getting is information that's filling up your brain, that's doing nothing. Your grandmother is wise. Grandma, it was wise. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. So that is what we have for today. I'm going to put this stuff into the Honor Society. If you are not yet part of the Honor Society, you can go to Bubble Babes University. That's BABEZ University. Click on the Honor Society, and in the Honor Society, you have all access to all of our videos, all of our education workbooks, inspirational videos, books, and things like that. All of that is in the Honor Society. You have access to that anytime you want. Usually our classes that we do in the evenings are over, they're living there, because they're usually classes from other, you know, specialized teachers. They're in there. If you're not ready to commit and you just want to sign up for the newsletter and you just want to stay updated, at the top of the screen there is a button for you to opt into the newsletter so that you can get it. And then whenever you're ready to commit, then commit. I think I'm going to do some crazy stuff for Black Friday. Not I think, I know I am. And so you'll be able to save on your classes and also on your memberships, and you may have some free webinars in there. So that is what I got for you guys today. Does anybody have any questions, or anybody want to let me know, how did you guys feel about this live habit 3 today? How did you feel about it? Put it in the chat. And with that being said, I gotta wrap it up because I got work to do. I got my dragon eggs. I just figured out what I'm going to do with my dragon eggs. If you're a part of my, not if you're a part of, but if you are on my Bubble Babes page, and that's my business page for my Bath and Body products, I am doing a collection of the Game of Thrones. So I painted them yesterday, and I was figuring out where I was going to house them in, and I figured it out. And so I'm absolutely loving what it's going to be. I love, 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 love it. I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I know you guys love it. I'm not a fan, but I live vicariously through you guys. And I'm also getting information from Sean and Tanya, because those are my 2 people that give me the information. Also, Betty Rose give me some information at times. And Betty Rose, you try to set me up for failure, because Betty Rose said, I know I speak too fast. I'm sorry. It's the coffee. It's me. It's everything. But Betty Rose said that I could use that dragon egg with the eye. She said, oh yeah, you could use that for the Game of Thrones. And I was like, Sean told me I couldn't because it was for Jurassic Park. And she was like, I was like, can I use this for, it could be the dragon coming out of the thing. And she was like, no, you can't, because it is It is the image of Jurassic Park. That is the imagery of Jurassic Park. You cannot use it because that's what people are going to see. So, Betty Rose, you set me up for failure. You set me up. OMG, I can't wait to see. Yes, I'm about to stain my boxes. It's about to be a whole movement. It's about to be a movement. Yes, yes, yes. And they're huge. The dragon eggs are about the size of my hand. About the size of my hand. So though I'm excited about it. You can't mix Nike and Adidas at all. At all. Especially if the tag is showing, or especially if the emblem is showing. You cannot. Um, Give the names of the books again. The names of the books are The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. That is what we are reading right now, right this minute. The War of Art is going to help you with procrastination. And the next book that I think we're going to be, oh, well, of course, Atomic Habits. That's another thing, because if you do 1% every single day, you are going to be better every single, at the end of the week, you're going to be 7% better than zero. Right. So if you do a little bit a day, you'll be able to accomplish bit by bit. What's that thing? What's the thing you say? Bit by bit. I don't know. It's some kind of saying about getting the job done bit by bit. I don't remember, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And so those are the books that we are reading or listening to. And again, those books are available on YouTube. If this is something that you can't do right now, you can listen to it for free on YouTube. For free. Thank you for everything. I appreciate you. I saw your eggs. It came on my timelines. It's so creative. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Nicole was asking. Okay. You need a gold egg. It's my favorite color. I do have, it's gold and copper. So she's golden copper, and I make it a little more goldy. But I have the gold one, the green one, and the tealish, greenish one. Yep, Betty Rose set me up for failure. Oh, it is Friday. You guys have an amazing weekend. I didn't even pay attention. Yes, yes, yes. Have an amazing weekend. If you have any events, I hope that you guys sell out. Make sure that you price value clothes. And if you don't know what that is all about, you can check that out in Honor Society. How to bring more value to your vending event. Emmanuel was teaching that class. How to bring the people out for your event. Emmanuel taught that class. How to sell better, how to sell more, how to build more value. All of that in the Honor Society. Check out Sean's class and Emmanuel's class. Emmanuel's class had me thinking, like, I never even thought about doing this at an event ever. I never even thought about setting up an event in Facebook and letting everybody know that I'm going to be at somebody else's event. I always depended on the traffic from the people or the promoters of the event to bring the people. I didn't think I could bring people myself too. I could bring better visibility to myself, because the people that I'm attracting want to come see me anyway. Right? The people are inviting over at the event are coming for the entire event. They're not coming specifically to see you, right? So you could target your people. And so that is available for you in the Honor Society. So you guys make sure you see that. I think Emmanuel was on last week. And so last week and the week before that, check out Emmanuel's classes or check out Emmanuel's lives. And he is going to show you how to build value at the market, raising your prices and bundling your products and bundling your services and creating ads and events so that you can bring the people to come see you in, particular, period. You can even let them know where you at, all of that stuff. So, yeah, go check it out. Go check it out. What page are y'all on so I can catch up? On in the 7 Habits, I'm on chapter 3, but I'm doing the chapters every day. I'm not doing it straight through. And also what I want to say is, because this is something that they said, and this is also something that I've heard before, right? When you're learning something, keep teaching it. So if you learn something today, tell it to somebody else, because now by you telling somebody else and you teaching them, you're teaching yourself again, right? So that it always stays fresh inside your mind. So when you need to recall it or when you need to use it, you can. So that is that, you guys. I want you guys to have an amazing day. I actually went 24 minutes over the time that I said I was going to try to stick to the hour, but this was a good one today. So I appreciate everybody who rolled with me today. And the notes will be in the Honor Society in a little bit. They'll be in the Honor Society in a little bit. And that is it. Yes, VP, That's right. When I say, I always say VC, or something like that. I always mess it up. But yes, it's value price, value close. And that's that. All right, you guys. So I want you guys to have, okay, chapter 3. Yes. I want you guys to have an amazing day. Amazing day. And do something for your healthy self. Do something for your healthy self and stay out of quadrant 3 and 4. Stay out of there. You don't belong in quadrant 3 and 4. You belong in quadrant 1 and 2. Okay. So everybody have an amazing day. Happy Veterans Day, cousin. And to all the veterans out there, if you catch the replay, and make sure you hit the thumbs up and tell a friend, share the video. And that's it. See you guys later.